Oh, Lordy, no trouble so hard. Oh, Lordy, no trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Oh, Lordy, no trouble so hard. Oh, Lordy, no trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Yes, I went down there the other day. My soul was a happy because she don't me. I went down there the other day. My soul was a happy because she don't me. Oh Lord, now trouble so hard. Oh Lord, now trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. And I went up that hill again today. My soul was happy, but the state of it. But I went to my room and did stay long. Looked at the bed and my brother was there. Oh Lord, now trouble so hard. Oh Lord, now trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God.
We copy it down, Eagle. Houston, tranquility base here. The Eagle has landed. Rocket 20, tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
Oh, Lordy, now trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but
Well, we are indeed back again. Would you? Adam and Eve it, right? I did say I would be back today, Friday, and by the skin of my teeth. We've made it because it is about 1:45, midnight here in the rolling hills of Murrayshire, where it at the moment never stops raining, right? Although it is Scotland, so it's to be expected, I guess. But hopefully, hopefully we'll get good weather at some point. Seemingly July the 14th, 2:30 in the afternoon until 3:30. I think that's Scottish summer, right? That's it there. If you blink, you'll miss it. So anyway, apart from the Scottish weather to one side, how's everyone doing? Good, great, fantastic, loving life, hating it. Yeah, I guess in one day you could experience all them emotions. I shouldn't laugh, but I know what life can be like. Every day is a different day. Sometimes a new battle, a new beginning. Take your pick, right? We're all good for sound. Carmel, I noticed our good friend Carmel in the hood tonight. Good to see you back again. And she is indeed way ahead of the game, even ahead, further ahead than me. She's traveled into the future and answered a question that I was going to ask. Is the sound okay? Well, yeah. Carmel said we're good to go, right? So let me know how you're getting on tonight. Today, Carmel and Mighty Mongoose. There you go. Good to see you back again. And Scotty, our brother, back again. A pleasure. And Rich, of course. I knew Rich wouldn't be far. And now, this is where my memory it fails me completely because I know this. I remember the face, but I can't remember the name before. Testimony. Is it testimony for um Yeshua? I can't say it. I'm terrible with names, but I can't remember. But I'm sure it's although a new name, a regular to the channel, and it is great to see you back again. But the name fails me. I can't remember. So I do apologize, but it is great to see you back again. And Dave in the hood, all the way from Netherlands. My eldest son is actually, I think, on Sunday, he'll be flying to the Netherlands and then traveling by bus to Germany. And then for a week, he'll spend a week in Germany. And then he's going to the Czech Republic for another week. So we're going to get peace for about 2, maybe 3 weeks, hopefully. He might just stay, right? But he's quite lucky. He's going with his granddad and an organization that he's attached with. And I wish when I was 15 that I got the chance to travel across Europe, right? That would have been great. I don't think I would have came back. I would have been gone away, traveling the world. I'd probably last about a week, and that would be me done, finished, right? So I'm probably better off at home, to be fair. So good to see everyone back again tonight. We might get into a book that I've got here called Moon Man, and we know all about it already. I think some of you have read it by Bart, not Bart Simpson, Bart Sibrel, right? Of course, I think everyone here knows who Bart is, and I got the pleasure of interviewing Bart, which was it really was quite surreal and like a bit of an honor, to be honest. The documentary maker of A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon, and that was great. There's a couple of bits in it that I might cover. I really do recommend it. If you've not read it, then why not, right? Why have you not read it? It is available. It's not that expensive, to be fair. Yeah, he got punched by Buzz Aldrin. I think he's probably most famous for that, to be fair. Although it shouldn't be for that. It should be for the work that he's done in this book as well, because it is a great book. It really is a great book. And even if you've seen the documentary and watched all Bart's stuff, you're gonna want to get this book. I shit you not, because there is a lot of stuff in it. And there's a car. In fact, I'm not gonna say who it is. I'll see if anyone can answer. I almost gave the name away, but I'll ask later on. Maybe there's a good quote It's got quite a lot of quotes in it and references. Bart's quite a religious Christian, and his faith's quite strong, which is great. And you can see it in the book as well. But there is a quote from, well, a Bible reference from, is it Ephesians 5:11? Have nothing to do with the deeds of darkness. Instead, expose them. Yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to continue to expose the evil in the world. I mentioned the guy Ken O'Keefe the other day. I remember he said in a live stream the other night that he done, or the day before, that his duty was to kill uh kill the enemy, kill them literally. And I thought, yeah, well, to be honest, I don't really think that is the duty, to become the monster that you want to defeat. I don't think that would be the answer. I think there is positions where you're certainly going to have to fight fire with fire, but I think in the long run, there's got to be other ways, right? There there simply has to be. I'm adamant that there is. I think Scotty got it correct. There you go. Yeah, bang on the money. Good to see Scotty back again as well, and Nick in the house. Yep, good to see you back again, brother. Uh, so there's a bit more to this book, clearly, than that, but we might get into that a wee bit more. I'm going to stay on for about an hour, possibly longer, possibly. So let me know how you're getting on. Spanish chicken in the hood. Good to see Nick back again as well. Um, who else did I see? In Carmel, yeah, always a pleasure to see Carmel. I done a live stream with Alex from the Scottish Last Jacobites page. I think it was last week. I can't even remember now. I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesday of week past, right? So let me see. Actually, what I should still have is um the slides, which indeed I have. I managed to work it, right? Check is in the post. Hey, you never you never missed anything, my good friend. So you don't have to worry about that, right? As if you would have missed anything. um, Basically a bit of a catch up, and I've not really covered anything at the moment, but you can always catch up, and you'll never miss much. To be fair, you won't miss anything, so don't worry about that. But it is a pleasure to see you back again. Let me see if I can get rid of that banner. That might help, right? Get out of the way, man. Yeah. So this came out. This I done this last week for another live stream where I covered a few bitties in regards to climate change. Dun dun dun. Climate anxiety. It's through the roof. The sea levels, they are increasing. They're getting higher because of all the tears from climate anxiety. I shouldn't laugh, but there you go. I'm here all week, right? All the tears from climate anxiety are now filling up the ocean, higher than previously thought. Oh man, look out for it, right? I was when I done my just before we get into this, when I when I done my I sort of done a refresher course on first aid, right? And I was quite shocked, honestly. I thought, fuck, I could not believe it, to be honest. I thought, wow, the world truly is insane. Now, they reckon that if you're going to give CPR, you don't give mouth to mouth. In no circumstance do you give mouth to mouth resuscitation. Right? They don't go there anymore. And when I asked if they thought it would come back, they said no. I think they said that in America it's completely done away with. They've still got the chest compressions, but not the mouth to mouth. And in the UK, they've done away with it indefinitely. But I mean, that's not the insane part. What you have to do now, right? If you approach it, if you ever are unfortunate enough, this is in their words, to come across someone who is a casualty, a victim, whatever it may be, and you need to maybe treat them with CPR, save their life. You've to Before you give them CPR, you've to put on a mask for yourself and put a mask on the victim. And if you've not got a mask to put on them, you've to cover their mouth with a cloth or similar. I shit you not. And in the booklet, right? I shouldn't laugh, but it's insane. I mean, come on, right? That is fucking insane. That in the booklet, the pamphlet, basically, the casualties got a basically a dishcloth, a tea towel, practically stuffed in their mouth. And I couldn't help but think, come on, that can't be right. I mean, come on. Honestly. And I think depending on the circumstances of any situation in regards to CPR, in if it's a loved one or someone that you know, you're gonna give them mouth to mouth. You're not even gonna think about it. You're gonna do it, right? And I reckon in that situation, if even if it was someone that you didn't know, you'd probably do it. I reckon I would do it. The adrenaline would get the better of you. You wouldn't want them to not survive. You're gonna try your best. And hey, at the end of the day, we all know the risks, right? When it comes to the said virus. So I think most people, no tongues, yeah. I might not go that far. But I certainly think I would do it, even whatever risks they say it would carry. Thinking about it now, some people might, yeah, I wouldn't do it if someone was not juiced, and then other people saying, well, I wouldn't do it if someone was juiced. So you can't win, right? But I think it would depend. It would depend on any given situation and circumstances and who it was. At least in my opinion, I've never touched wood. Touch wood. I've never, I've never had to give someone CPR. I do know people who have, and it does not sound like a good thing. Even though they said that it was like pure adrenaline and almost like an addictive sort of buzz that they got from it. I mean, I think a lot of medics they get this adrenaline rush from basically bringing someone back from the dead. And you can kind of see why, right? But I don't know. We might get into CPR a bit in the future. But I honestly could not believe that. Put a mask on a casualty before you give them CPR. Fuck off. Honestly. It's insane. It's so ridiculous. Unbelievable. I mean, that's the world that we're in today. And from what I'm reading at the moment, in the UK, they're saying COVID is back. Cases. The government's going to have to rethink its strategy. Shock horror, right? What do they mean by that? Rethink their living with COVID strategy. I wonder. I wonder what they've got in store. We already know that they've told us. We're now living in a pandemic prone society. Thanks to, well, the hidden hand, really. Let's face it. And I reckon we will. We're gonna see more. At what point, I don't know, but it seems to be sort of heating up. You've got the pox and the COVID now re-emerging out the blue. They're shuffling the pack, right? So the video that I just done, I wouldn't be surprised if it got a strike. It shouldn't. It shouldn't get a strike. It honestly shouldn't. It's not medical misinformation. It's not anything of the kind. And again, it's all things that we pointed to in the past many times, especially when it comes to the Guillain-Barré syndrome, because we knew that it comes hand in hand. So if they're going to mass inoculate, expect it. And now obviously they can't hide it. And wee Elmo, you might be seeing him with a Zimmer frame in the next episode because he seemingly got juiced. I mean, this is again, I put that in the video just to show you that even still today, they use the exact same trick to condition, program, manipulate the minds of children by using a character like Elmo. And kids would probably think, well, wee Elmo got one. It's going to be all right. And you had his dad saying, oh, I was worried about it. I'm surprised his dad never mentioned a conspiracy, a so-called conspiracy theory. They never took it that far, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, honestly, surely Sesame Street is to help them with reading, writing, numbers, counting, multiplying. What is all that about? Proper programming, proper conditioning, propaganda on a fucking evil fucking level. Unbelievably evil. And they can't hide the deaths anymore. They've been paying out. They mentioned in that article they paid out. They already started paying out in Norway in 2021. The amount of effects that we're seeing because of this mass treatment, it truly is beyond belief. I shit you not. It is fucking eye-watering stuff. And it seems to be basically snowballing at the moment, where it's getting bigger and bigger in terms of the problems. And a lot of the people who maybe thought it was all right, they've got to now be fucking asking questions, surely to fuck. If they cannot see it now, then I mean they never will, right? They've got to be asking questions now. The death rate's unbelievable. But of course, they've got a cover for that as well. There's always a cover. and the sheep want to buy it. They would rather that, the lie, than the monstrous truth, because then, of course, with that comes the responsibility of trying to eradicate or solve. Good luck with that, right? Man, we can only but try. Like that quote said, look, you don't have to go about killing anyone, but if you can expose, then do your part. If not, then so be it. You can only try. You can only work with the tools you've got, right? We've all got lives to lead, lives to live, families to cater for, friends, loved ones. They've got to be your priority over anything. So we got a wee bit sidetracked there, to be honest. We'll jump back to the climate. Where have we heard the term war games before? Anyone want to take a stab at that? Poisoning, is it? Is that what Nick said? My eyesight is terrible, but I think Nick probably knows where we've heard it before. Me personally, I've mentioned it I think twice, but I think the most recent was mentioned in germ war games, where they sprayed and basically poisoned the British public. And through that, we learned that it wasn't only Britain, it was the Russians done it. And of course, big old Uncle Sam. So they were all doing it. All worried about each other. So they were all poisoning their own people. Makes total sense, right? We are not worthy. We're so lucky. Of course, they wouldn't be doing anything like that today. Sure, let's go with that. But seemingly now, we've got war games with the climate change. What? Yeah, we're at war with the weather. If you didn't know already. We are now. We're now at war with the weather, right? That is the new war. World War 5, 4, I don't know. Whatever it is now. Yeah. How could you win a war against the weather, right? But they're having war games. It's the American Navy. They're going to fight it. I've got this image in my head of all these soldiers on a ship shooting up to the sky, shooting clouds. Take that, freedom, freedom. Oh man, we won, and then back to shore. Heroes, absolute heroes, right? Oh me, honestly. But yeah, I'd imagine this will be a common theme eventually, if not already, right across the world, with nations, militaries helping to combat the weather with NASA at the helm. And then they'll probably wind it all into one organization. Yeah, I could see that happening, to be honest. A one world military fronted by NASA and the UN. The good old NASA, right? Are they not a space agency? Yeah, well, it wouldn't go that far. I don't think I'd go that far, to be honest. Anytime I've said that to someone, they kind of look at me like, huh? What are you trying to say? They're not a space agency. Let's not get into it. We've not got the time, right? But in short, no, I don't think they are. I don't think they are. A lot of people still do believe that we landed on the moon. Personally, I think most people are seeing it for what it is, but I think that they always tend to get younger people. So they have this influx, consistent sort of conveyor belt of younger generations coming through that think, well, it must be true. Look at NASA now, right? This huge monster of a company. Look at everything that they're involved in. Young people think, and hey, we were all young at one point, right? They tend to think, well, the government wouldn't do that. NASA wouldn't do that. Surely, if the world was evil and we were all being controlled in a bad way, surely we humans would have done something about it, right? Well, probably not. Because again, it's a bit more complex than it would appear. I think the mass conditioning, the dampening down of the alpha male society, the alpha male itself, the killing of the alpha male through many different techniques, the the dilution of, for example, things like nationalism, although that's a complicated one, but communities themselves being destroyed, diluted, and then there's no fight in them. Not like a community that was together, united, and they were genuinely concerned. A diluted community, a different story. A divided community. Funny that, right? I think confusion and division is probably the two biggest tactics that they use. And they're actually quite simple. A lot of it is, in terms of control, quite simple, believe it or not. I mean, they call the masses sheep, and you can see why. And again, it when you get right down to it, it all only works via our consent. That's the only way it can work. At least in my opinion, that's the only way it can work, and it's the only way we can stop it. Is if the majority of people say, look, we've had enough. If they try and roll out another pandemic, tell them where to go. Don't fall for it again. Surely not. What's this saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Honestly, people need to stand up and say, look, forget it. I'm doing it. Lead by example. But of course, this time round, it could be different. It's a different story. They've got more in place. It could be harder. Of course, it's going to depend on what they say. But I reckon when it comes to the next pandemic, it's not a question of it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And I don't, again, like I said before, I reckon before 2025, we're going to see one again. I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm fucking wrong. But like they said, pandemic prone. They wouldn't tell us that for no reason. It was basically conditioning in action, if you can say it, right? So the good old Navy, they're gonna defeat the weather. Yeah, let's go with that. And they've unveiled a strategy. Wow. And they're going to be cutting their greenhouse gas emissions. What are they? Let's not get into that. Let's not go there, right? Is CO2 humans? Yeah, most likely, yeah. And of course, what did they say? The Navy unveiled its climate strategy known as Climate Action 2030. Wow. A round of applause for the American Navy, right? How long did they think of that plan? Climate Action 2030. Yeah, to go along with Agenda 2030, of course. No coincidence there. I see Michael is in the hood. Good to see Michael back again. A regular, long term subscriber, even. Good to see you back again. And another long termer, an old hand, Frank. The information tank is back again. A pleasure, and thank you kindly for the emails. Right, much appreciated. I had to think there. Thanks very much. Anyway, we've almost went an hour already. It wasn't meant to go too long, but we'll see, right? Bitcoin mining can prevent climate change. Of course it can. Yeah. Yeah. That means everyone get Bitcoin, right? Then we can save the planet. Sure. Yeah, makes sense. It's kind of lucky that Bitcoin's there waiting to be used. Because yeah, you've got the convid, you've got the monkeypox, and of course you've got to worry about the climate change. So yeah, the sheep will beg for the Bitcoin, right? Give me Bitcoin. I know a lot of people do use Bitcoin. And to be honest, I wouldn't stop anyone from using it, but you can see you can see what they're going to use it for. You can see what its true purpose, its true colors really are. But again, we've all got lives that we need to live. We're all stuck in the beast system. Without a doubt, I'm full of good news. Man, intolerable tide of people displaced by climate change, of course. What else, right? Yeah. It's not the fact that they're being manipulated to basically flood any nation they seem destined to go to illegally. But yeah, climate change is making them do it. It'll be drought, famine. Ask the Irish people about the famine. What do you think they would tell you about the famine if they were honest? Anyone want to have a stab at that? And the WHO, of course, they're there, right? They would be involved with mental health and climate change action. Yeah. Wherever the hidden hand is at work, you'll find the WHO, without a doubt. Environmental trade offs of direct air capture technologies in climate change. And that's one we've touched on quite a few times where basically they want to capture the bad stuff, the CO2, then store it underground. Then they're going to feed it, hopefully, to Bill Gates. Right? Hopefully. Probably feed it back to us. Look, we can make these cereal bars from captured carbon emissions. Here, try this. It's vegan, right? Look out for it. But I mean, yeah, this is another idea that they seem to think is going to somehow save the world. Like the one where they talk about, I don't know, injecting aerosol particles into the sky via an aeroplane? Is that not chemtrails? I don't know. You tell me, right? It's only been happening for about 50 years. Surely not. They wouldn't do that. Yeah, well. You clearly don't know them then. Because they would. There's nothing that they wouldn't do. Nothing whatsoever. When you're dealing with an evil entity even, when you're dealing with one of them, there is no line, there is no moral, there is no principles whatsoever. It's the beast himself. When they're at work, it's the work of the devil. And I mean, they won't stop. They really won't. Another idea that they had was a big mirror. And I think quite a few, I can't remember how many, but these big, huge mirrors that would sit in the sky and reflect the sun back to the sun. And that would save the earth because we don't need the sun. We don't need it. Is it not help plants? Nah, we don't need it anymore. Nothing needs it. We need to block it out. It's killing the planet. Climate change, drought, sea levels, ice melting, polar bears, right? Oh, that. Okay. Yeah, sure. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of a few other ideas they've got because they've got quite a few. And they're all horrendous, by the way. Absolutely shocking. But the spraying, I mean, come on. Who they trying to kid, right? Let's take my jumper off because I'm getting a bit of a sweat on here. Climate change, oh no, help me. Sweating because of climate change. It has been quite humid. And I always think back to how they described the effects of, well, the bad effects of the potential geoengineering of spraying aerosol particles. And the way they described it is sometimes how I feel. This summer and last summer, I feel like I'm in a sauna, like I can't breathe, almost. So probably exaggerating, but that's the kind of feeling. And everyone I tend to speak to is like, yeah, it's a bit humid, very muggy. Now, thinking back, you would get the odd muggy, sort of humidy day. Not every fucking day. You wouldn't get weeks and weeks of the summer where it would be just humid, muggy, fucking rain and cloudy, terrible. You just wouldn't. It would be the odd day. You would feel the mugginess and it would be clammy, but it would be few and far between. At least from my memory growing up, from say between 1993, 4 up until today. So not very long, really. But from what I can recall, I just can't ever recall it being so humid and muggy for an extensive period. But this year, last year, and I think possibly the year before, I started noticing it a wee bit more and more. And I don't know. It might just be me, right? I am Scottish, uh, light hair, freckles, fucking all the good stuff. So me and the sun, we don't tend to get on, to be honest, right? But there you go. Um, yeah, I kind of get that feeling. I mean, we're getting attacked. Take your pick, right? Honestly, what is safe today? Nothing is safe, really. And yeah, that sounds. What are you talking about? But if you think about the food, the stuff that they do to it, there's no need for it whatsoever. Honestly, no need whatsoever. But they do it. They add different flavoring, additives, um, colouring, and that ends up having a bad effect on people. And of course, they tend to hide it. They hide it for as long as they can. And then, of course, it gets to a point where they can't. Similar to what we're seeing at the moment with the juice. And what is it they call it? The SIDS? This mysterious syndrome that just completely fucking appeared out of nowhere. And everyone's sitting scratching their head. What's going on here? What's happening to all these people? No one can work it out. We've got the FBI and the CIA and MI5 and all the police in the world and all the investigators in the world, and still no one can work it out. No one can even hazard a guess as to what it is. Yeah. I guess we'll never know, right? Unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. When you consider the media, there is no fucking journalism whatsoever in it. It's kind of heartbreaking, honestly. They are so spineless while people suffer day in, day out. And worse than that, they don't see the next day. Yet still, these people in positions of respect, of power, they continue to mislead, deceive, and advise people it's the best option, right? Protect your granny, save your granda. Yeah, manipulating the mind emotionally. It is fucking sick stuff when you get down to the bones of that in regards to the propaganda and the mind manipulation. Getting to the kids hearing about, well, I don't want to kill my grandparents. A kid thinking that they might kill someone by just visiting them. I mean, think how scared they would be. The best thing to do is keep media well away from any children whatsoever. I mean, any adult, but kids especially. But of course, yeah, they will ask questions. I've had it myself with my youngest, Billy. There's been a few times where I thought, oh yeah, he's asked a question where he overheard either me or I don't know, my wife. And I thought, but it gives you a chance to maybe explain or advise as well. I think if they're asking, they're maybe ready to listen to a wee bit of what you have to say. I mean, my dad was very open and honest with me, so I am that with my own son, but I'm also very cautious as to his young mind. I know how susceptible they can be at that age as well, and I want him to enjoy his childhood as much as he can because it'll be gone before he knows it, and he'll be married with 3 kids, paying bills, right? Trying to make ends meet, living the high life. Yay! Ah, man, there you go. So anyway, that's some of the bright ideas. Mighty Mongoose, good to see you. And RMF back again. There you go. Good to see you, brother. A pleasure to have you this morning. It's not evening anymore. We're into the morning now. I did say about an hour. We've went almost an hour. So we're going to go a wee bit longer. That's some of the ideas I referred to. Dominic as well. Good to see you back again. Great stuff. Watch day 7 of the grand jury on Odyssey. In regards to brainwashing, I'll check it out. Yeah. Where's my pen? Why is my note? Oh, there it goes. Let me make a note of it because I'll forget. Who, me? Surely not. Yeah, I'll watch it on Odyssey. Great. Yeah, I'll check it out. Maybe it might be next week actually. It's maybe going to be Monday or Tuesday that I get a chance to check that out. I need to check what I've got. And do you know this? I really need to get a diary and write down, or just stop doing anything. So then I don't have to worry about doing anything in the future. I think I might be on Monday. I can't remember what it is. I hate that. I'm gonna have to check. I'll find out when I do it. I will let you know. Obviously, I see. Let me move this. My brother Danny in the hood. There you go. Yeah, we're live. All the way from little old Elgin in the rolling hills of Murrayshire. All right. I'm basically in a field here at the moment, in the middle of nowhere, right? It used to be about 2 years ago, this house where it is, it was a carrot field, and now it's houses, as far as you can see. They're not stopping, which is, yeah, interesting. But there you go. They keep building them. So yeah, good to see Danny back again, who I'm gonna see next week, next Thursday. So it'll be good to see you next time. Elgin, yeah, I quite like it. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's my cup of tea, so it'll do for me, right? It does the trick. Let's go with that. So let me quickly have a look. What else did I want to mention? Oh, wine as well. That's out the window. Ruined. Climate change, done it. Yep, it doesn't taste good anymore. So I think last time when we covered climate change, we talked about how because there's no water anymore, we're in a water shortage. Seemingly there's a water shortage. So because of that, instead of using water to make beer, you've got to use, yep, urine, piss. Hip hip hooray, right? So the beer's done and the wine, it's done. So if you drink spirits, you're all right. Stick to your spirits, right? That would be the best idea. Although I think you need water to make them, if my memory serves me correct. You certainly need it to make whiskey. So maybe they'll have to use the urine. That'll certainly change a few tastes, a few taste descriptions on a few bottle of whiskies. That oh man, look out for it, right? The future. Yeah. The bumblebee. Bzzz. The poor old bumblebee. I mean, what they're saying here, the good old Science Daily, the syndrome champions, right? All hail. I see Hasdak in the hood. Good to see you back again. They're saying that climate change is killing the bumblebee. It's having a bad effect on the bumblebee. Climate change, not pesticides, not incesticides, nothing to do with the spraying or the weed killing. No, don't be silly. Climate change done it. Of course it did. I mean, the poor old bumblebee, right? Honestly, I think they've got a drone bumblebee, a wee robotic bee. It's going to replace the bee when he's gone. I have seen less and less bees for about the past 5-6 year. My own experience, anyway. Less and less, without a doubt. This year, the least that I've ever seen so far, without a doubt. I find it quite concerning, to be honest. But I think we've known now for about a decade they've went after the bumblebee big time. So there you go. Factual climate change reporting can influence Americans positively, but not for long. Man. Well, why is that, right? Oh, they forget. They've got the memory like me. They can't remember. They can't remember like me. Right? So it's positive, but then they forget. Um, there is some truth to this if you think back to when we were all children, insects splatter on the windscreen. That's got nothing to do with climate change, though. How was that climate change? If you run over a fucking bumblebee, that can't be that. Come on. Honestly, that's got nothing to do with climate change. That's what they were getting at. They weren't saying because of an increase in motorists. But I think that, to be fair, that would have an effect probably because, yeah, there is a lot more motors on the road, although not so much now. Most people now looking at the bicycle more and more. With the price of fuel going through the roof. Yeah, it's mental at the moment. So you are right. I do recall many bees. I think maybe less today. Um, I've certainly seen less. I don't know if anyone has similar experience. Maybe you can let me know. But it's good to see you back again, RMF, a regular. Of course, I wasn't having a go at you. I just thought it was funny. But I think they're trying to blame the weather. I guess an extreme weather event maybe would have an effect. But you'd imagine the bee population would again pick up. It doesn't seem to be when it gets when it gets hit, it seems to be affected big time. I think maybe the spraying, the weed killer, the insecticide, pesticides, and yeah, I mean, let's not forget the mass rollout of the internet and all its workings, right? The radiation from that. Let's not forget about that as well. But of course, there's no mention of that. It's the climate change that done it. Of course it is, right? Yeah. Look, yeah, Aunt B. I don't know who Aunt B is. You'll have to let me know. I do you know when I stayed in my old property about when would it have been? Um, Maybe about 7 years ago. I had two bees nests in my back garden, and I had them for about 4 years, and then for a year I had one, and then the year later, none. And for about 4 years, I thought, "Fuck, is it gonna? Are they gonna come back? Is there gonna be a nest there again?" Nothing. And I was gutted. I was genuinely gutted because I was always happy to see them. I don't even know. One of their nests was in my shed, and it was kind of in my shed, but then in between a wall as well. So they never really got in anybody's way. So they were fine. They got left to it. And the other one, they would fly in and out of a vent, and this vent went under the bathroom, right underground, and they had a nest in there. Probably not good, but again, they weren't in anyone's way, and they were well protected, I'd imagine, in there, certainly. And I could sit and watch them coming in and out, and I loved that. I don't know what it is, but I could have sat there all day watching these bees coming in and out, back from work and going out to work, bumping into each other, fighting, chasing off wasps and any intruders. And yeah, I always found it. I always found them fascinating, the structure of the nest and all the rest of it, or the hive, or the whatever you want to call it. I always found them really fascinating, any kind of bee. But I was very disappointed when they never came back. So I might look at a way as to how to build an artificial nest and attract a hive, and build a few in the forest that I stay next to now. Might be an idea, right? An idea to get it done. Lead by example. Save the bee. Save the bee. Not many people. Although I'm not sure about today, because everyone knows they get a hard time. But I think some people don't like them. They find them a nuisance and scared and all the rest of it, which is I find quite funny. You see people running when they see a bee or a wasp, and they're running down the road. Ah! I always find that comical, right? Just me then. It's because I'm immature, right? Um, so yeah, Americans they don't hold information for very long, and then seemingly when they see an opposing argument against the climate change narrative, they believe that instead. That's pretty much what they're saying there. Um, when participants, this is a study that got done. When participants read articles that were skeptical of climate change, their attitudes shifted towards skepticism. Right. Sure. So the issue is skeptical climate change articles and content creators. They're the problem. They're the ones we need to get to, right? Because they clearly have all the millions and all the Hollywood and all the gear, right? But no, of course we don't. But yet somehow they believe what the skeptic has to say. But of course they would be wrong to believe that because they need to believe the narrative, not what the skeptic has to say. Don't believe that. Only the narrative, right? It's quite comical, is it? The skeptic is the issue. We need to combat the skeptic. What we found, this is a quote. What we found suggests that people need to hear the same accurate message about climate change again and, yep, you guessed it, again. Right. So the issues are skeptics who dismiss the narrative, and what we need to do is repeat, 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 repeat the message, the accurate message about climate change. Now, what does that tell you? Answers on a postcard. Oh, wait a minute. The laptop's about to die. Schoolboy error. Here we go. One of these days I'm going to get it right. There we go. We're gonna go. I don't want to keep you too long, right? A lot more people than than I expected, but it's good to see everyone back again. RMF, Frank, Dominic. Hopefully everyone's having a good Friday, Saturday, weekend, wherever you may be in this. Yeah, the Truman Show, right? Sorry about the caps. Were you shouting? Laptop's dying! Yeah. Quickly, get the charger. Quickly, put the coal in it. Whoosh, whoosh. That's how old my laptop is. I was winding it up there. But thank you for shouting, right? I tend to see people say that quite a lot. I hate people who put stuff in caps. It's like they're shouting. Yeah, but they're not. It's written. They're not fucking shouting at you. It's just in capitals, and they almost find it offensive that it's in. He's put it in capitals, like you've genuinely shouted in their face. It's like, whoa, calm down, right? It's only writing. Sure, it's only writing, right? Let's go with that. So yeah, we must repeat, repeat, repeat. Where have we heard that? What is that a key component of? To repeat, repeat, repeat the same message over and over and over and over and over and over? Yeah, that would be great. RMF. That would be great. Maybe let me let me have a think. I've actually got, where did I put it? I think there's 3 or 4 people that I need to get on, but I can certainly see if I can fit you in the next few weeks, right? And we can get a catch up. That would be great. Certainly. So I'll take a note of it, and that would be great. Good to see Frank back again. Yeah, the LED streetlights. Yeah, they went big on them, did they? There was nothing wrong with the streetlights they had, but rip them out! Useless, they're hopeless, they still work. Yeah, but we've got new ones now, and the climate change. What, the weather? Yeah, we're at war with it. What, the weather? Yeah, the weather. And we need to save the planet so we can go to Mars. That's pretty much the gist of it. Let's face it. And good to see Dominic back in the hood. Dom. Um. So yeah, let's talk more action. I wonder. I wonder. What they're going to do is what going by this at least is they're going to now put on pressure. They're going to put pressure on certain initiatives, innovations. They're going to invest in it, right? So once they pay these cycles, entities money, they're going to push to make things fucking happen. So, in the very near future, look out for initiatives that are put into motion in regards to defeating the weather. Yeah, right. Look out for it. It's in the pipeline, and now they're investing. This is where the ball gets rolling, and they've already been testing. We know that. I don't know if they've tested the mirrors in the sky, but I wouldn't put it past them, to be honest. I would not put it past them. And they're already trialing, if you can see at the bottom of the top paragraph, the model is already being trialed in South Africa. And look at the countries that have joined already to this innovation. America, Canada, Japan, Germany, Italy, France, the UK, the EU. Shock horror, right? All the good guys. All the names you would expect. And of course, once they get the big names in, the rest soon follow suit. And yeah, we done a live. I think when was it? Yesterday? The day before now. We're into Saturday. All the days form into one. And if you never got a chance to see it because it was quite late, you might want to check it out. It was quite good. If I can say so myself, we covered quite a lot. Mentioned this guy. Obviously, he is always there. Of course, everyone knows who that is. We mentioned these dudes. Well, one guy in particular. Do we know who that guy is? Is that the guy that invented the Mandela effect? Yeah, that's him. That's the guy, right? Of course, the Masonic handshake I did give away. But Nelson, he's actually in it quite a few times, as you can see. No stranger to a Illuminati symbol, Mr. Nelson. A strange look. I never like to comment on anyone's looks, but he's a strange looking character, right? I don't know what it is. I'm unsure. It's just this interesting shape of face, and I don't know. I really don't know. My gut instinct, it just kind of there's like a wee alarm bell that's saying no, something's not adding up. I know, I don't know what it is, but something doesn't add up when it comes to that guy. It really doesn't. Can anyone do a good impression? Let's get you on now to do it. We've got Nelson on the phone on Skype. Is he still alive? I'm not even sure. Monkeypox face. Is that you taking the mick out of his freckles? Because I've got freckles as well, right? What you trying to say? Right, that's it. Ban him, remove him. Get him banned. What about freedom of speech? Nope. If I disagree with it, it's going. That's what people are like, right? I mean, there is no such thing as freedom of speech. He's dead. He died when I was there. Well, you was fucking hell. You must have known him quite well then, right? RMF. We're definitely going to have to get you on. You was there. Hopefully, it wasn't you that done it, was it? Oh, you can let us know. I couldn't remember if he had passed away or not. He's been toast for a while. Yeah. For how long though? It couldn't have. It must have been in the last 5 or 10 years at least. When's this? It said he was a Mason in 1994. I think it might have been before then. But again, Nelson's a guy we're going to look into a bit more. And the guy Mozart or Mozart. Are we going to go with Mozart? Do we know who Mozart is? Of course we know who Mozart is, right? He died twice. He only lived twice. Maybe he did die twice. Of course, is it the Mandela effect? Is that to do with him dying as well? Or is it to do with him becoming the president? I can't even remember. I can't even remember what the story is now in regards to the Nelson Mandela effect story. There's not many. I've lost track of it. But I found the Mozart story quite interesting from that book, Codex Magic. And of course, good to see a dog named Boo again, back again. A pleasure to have you. Good to see people laughing as well. That makes me happy if people can laugh. It's the best medicine when it comes to laughter. It really is. And I highly recommend it. Just laugh, right? Laugh until you're insane. That's what I done about 20 years ago. Oh man. You've got to laugh. You've really got to keep your sense of humor. A lot of people can lose it, but you can reignite it. You can reconnect with it. Right? Just watch my video. You'll soon fucking find it. You'll soon find it laughing at me. That is for sure. Oh man, there you go. Anyway, when am I gonna be back again? Let me think. I'm gonna get into. I want to read a wee bit of Bart's book. So, if I got a chance tomorrow, if I've got a chance tomorrow, I will. But failing that, possibly Sunday afternoon. Right, and we'll discuss Bart's book. So that gives you until Sunday to read it. Go and buy it. Moon Man, right? bartsabrel.com. The Bart can send me the check later. Of course, I'm joking, right? I will try and interview Bart again. I've got a few things that I want to ask him still. So look out for that. Hopefully I'll still be here and it'll be on YouTube. Failing that, you're gonna want to get, if you want to continue to follow my content, at least you're gonna want to be either on BitChute or Odyssey, right? Because I'm not really safe here. I'll probably get deleted again. I don't want to be. It's not a situation I want, but it's the way that it is. It's the way that fucking YouTube play, the thought police, the tyrannical Google, the monster that is Google, Alphabet, beast of a company. It reigns tyranny. Anyone who speaks different or outside of the fucking government narrative, there's not a place for any of that unless you're on a platform that claims at least to offer some kind of free speech if it exists. So, I mean, they came after me on my original channel time and time again. It's going to probably happen here. I can't rule it out. And again, I can't tell anyone what to do. I don't like advising people, look, sign up for this, sign up for that, sign up for another bloody app that's going to take up space on your phone. It's going to be a nuisance, basically. I mean, I don't want to be telling people to do something that I don't want to be told myself. I can only advise you that, hey, in the future, I could possibly get deleted here again. And if that is the case, I will be on Odyssey and BitChute. If you're not there already, then if I am deleted, that is where you'll find me, right? And of course, a lot of you are there already. And I'm very grateful to those who have already followed and subscribed elsewhere. The links to everything is in the About section of the channel, YouTube channel, right? You'll find it easy. Am I on Telegram? Yes. Now, I was going to leave Telegram. I was unsure. So I kind of put the group into sort of hibernation and I made it private, but I've made it now public so people can join it. I'm unsure how. I would need to try and remember. You'll find it. I'm sure you'll find it. And I think you might be able to join that way. Failing that, you could maybe put a comment and I could direct you somehow. That's probably the best. I should put a link to my Telegram in the YouTube description. So, in fact, I'll make a note of that. And yeah, you should find it. But I am on Telegram. I'll try and promote it a bit more. I kind of lack in the promoting sense, but again, I people are here to watch content. They're not here to be fucking sold or promoted or pushed into any sort of platform or anything like that. So it's not really what I want to be doing, but I can only advise you on where I'll be. And by the looks of it, if I do get deleted, it will be Odyssey and BitChute. And then we'll take it from there, right? Good to see Aaron, a regular on BitChute. My brother Aaron Lyons, who's had a good laugh as well, which is great, right? I think Aaron's from Australia, if I remember correctly. And the Aussies, they don't lose their sense of humour. Although you'd wonder, sure? Are you sure about that? What's going on over there? Yeah. If I am correct, I think Aaron is from down under in Australia. That's my Australian accent. Oh man, I should have wrapped up 10 minutes ago, right? But there you go. Ruined it now. I might go and watch, I don't know, a bit of Bill Hicks. He's quite funny. I enjoy watching his stuff. Or is it Alex Jones? He's funny to laugh at as well, right? Some people like Alex Jones, which is totally fine. I would never hold it against anyone. I would never be that person. You could probably learn quite a bit from Alex, but I'm unsure of Alex in terms of trust. I certainly wouldn't trust him, but that's my opinion, at least. So you found it. There you go. I was unsure if you would be able to because it was private for quite a long time. And because we had issues, constant issues. So feel free to join it and say hello, right? Anytime, pop in. That would be great. So let me now say cheerio and then we will wrap it up, right? Hopefully everyone has a good weekend. Let me see. Hopefully you've got some plans for the weekend. Now, I done a live on Huxley. Did we see that? If not, you might want to check that one out, right? There's, I think, maybe 2 lives that I've done lately that you can check out. There is a couple more videos that I've got in the pipeline if I don't get a strike for my last video. It's kind of strike material, but I kind of covered my tracks in a certain way. So it will be interesting to see if I get a strike for it. Someone said that they did for the same info, but a lot of the time it's not what you say, it's how you say it. YouTube can cut you out that way. So if you cover your tracks in a certain way, you can avoid maybe getting a strike. And I'm hoping that I've done that this time. But of course, time will tell, right? You'll soon find out if it gets removed. I'll be banned for a week. And then in that case, you will only find me on, in terms of continuing content, on Odyssey and BitChute, right? If I do post. So you might want to be there if you want to continue watching. So, like I tend to say, have a good week, right? A good weekend. Don't ever, whatever you do, be living in fear. Good to see Aaron back again. And Frank, always a pleasure to see Frank. It's great. Very informative. A gentleman as well. Good to see Dominic back again. A pleasure. And RMF, I'll be sure to be in touch. And Aaron, yep, classic. Yeah, I was correct then. Phew, I thought I'd maybe lost my mind, right? That boat sailed, he said. I thought I'd lost my mind. I thought, is he Australian? Yeah, he is. He is, mate. There you go. That's my best Australian accent you'll get. I won't do any more, right? Don't do it. Yeah, you're fine, honestly. And a dog named Boo who had to run from the cops, possibly from the police, right? Offski, running down the road from the bobbies. That's what we call them, right? The coppers, the bacon. To be honest, I tend to call them the filth because that's what a lot of them are. Filth, pure filth, scum. A lot of them, unfortunately. Psychos, worse than many criminals. I can assure you. But hey, they're very fitting for the role, right? So, thank you very much to everyone. If I missed you, quickly put a comment and I'll say cheerio because I am going to go now. And I think I got everyone. So I reckon Sunday night, right? Or, sorry, Sunday afternoon. It won't be Sunday night. Possibly Sunday afternoon. And we'll get into Bart's book for about an hour, possibly longer. So let me see if I can find a tune, right? And we'll call it a night. The time's flown in. It really has. It just... So I've enjoyed it. It's always a sign that you've had fun. Hopefully you have a good weekend and I'll see you all again on Sunday afternoon. Although, like I said, if I do get time tomorrow, I could possibly fit it in. So look out for that, right? Unfortunately, I can't be sure the way things are. I could be busy all day tomorrow. I might not be. If not, I'll fit it in and we'll get it done tomorrow and we'll take it from there. So, until tomorrow or Sunday, get out there, have a bit of fun. Never live in fear, and whatever you do, do not comply. And that is about it. Bye-bye.
We control the finances, news media, food, transportation, energy. We control everything. It is important that you, as world leaders, keep our program before your country.
Whatever happened to blue sky day? Planes overhead, spraying all my blue sky day away. Spraying out the sun, milking out the sky. Aerosols at altitude, at atmospheric heights. Jet planes making chemtrails, making grid lines in the sky. Street graffiti not allowed, but vandalized. Stratospheric sky. Whatever happened to blue sky day? Planes overhead, spraying all my blue sky day away. Spraying out the sun, milking out the sky. Aerosols at altitude, at atmospheric heights. Jet planes making chemtrails, geoengineering off the skies. Street graffiti not allowed, but vandalized. Stratospheric sky. You think I'm crazy, would you rather I don't say? So we pretend that it ain't happening, but it'll all just go away. Jet planes making chemtrails, making gun rings in the sky. Planes that spin like spiders' webs, and that's making all of us to fly. Right in front of your eyes, right there in the sky. Right there in your eyes, right there in the sky. You think I'm crazy, would you rather I don't say? So we pretend that it ain't happening, and it'll all just go away. Jet planes making chemtrails, crisscrosses in the sky. Street graffiti not allowed, but vandalized. Stratospheric sky, right in front of your eyes, right there in the sky, right there in your eyes, right there in the sky. Many, yeah, we all got eyes to see. Some that just don't realize the rich man's trickery. We all got eyes to see. Some that just don't realize the rich man's plan, traps and trickery. Woke up this morning to a blue sky day. Planes overhead, spraying all my blue sky day away. Children ask ask your daddy, tell your mommy, look to the sky. Where have all the blue skies gone hidden? In plain sight.